Assalamu alaikum. With the name of Allah, I would like to start my presentation of our final year project titled as Development of Hospital Guidance Robot. My name is Mehak Sabir and my group members are Muhammad Hamza and Abdurrahman Nadeem. We have performed all our work under the supervision of Engineer Shahryar Najam, whose throughout motivation and guidelines helped us a lot in project management. If I talk about the problem statement, a problem statement is a concise description of an issue to be addressed upon. It identifies the gap between the problem and desired solution. Focusing on the facts, we have designed our problem statement as a hospital or any rushly area where it is difficult to find the desired place by people or patients. Our main concern is with the hospitals and with the patients, because once the patient goes to the wrong place and then coming back to the right place again can cause fatigue, especially to the old people and the people who are using the wheelchair. So the purpose of making this robot is to reduce such type of difficulties. Introducing our project, first I would like to share the background of our final year project. Basically, our project is working on the principle of line following robot. And a line follower robot is a machine that can detect and follow the line drawn on the floor, where the path is predefined. Our project consists on 3 parts. One is about to make the robot line follower. Second part is to make that line follower robot as a decision maker and smart. And the third part is to make a robot capable of understanding the human voices. As most of the projects have limited scope to only specific discipline, this would limit one's innovation and creativity. This project inspires to make connections across several disciplines rather than learning topics in isolation, as it combines mechanical, electronic, electrical, and programming skills. It gives the visual grasp of maths and science. It enhances the problem solving skills. And it brings out the innovation and creativity. As the world is facing COVID-19 nowadays, due to which number of patients increasing in hospitals. Before this virus rush was being seen in the hospitals too much, but because of this epidemic situation, people avoid getting closer to each other. Then there is a dire need for this robot to provide the patients with the help they need.
So now we will discuss about aims and objectives, that what do we plan for our robot to be like. It will be compact and usable guidance robot for hospital. It will be low cost robot, so it will be easily available commercially, so every hospital can buy it. It will guide patients or visitors to get to the destination easily, and also it will take them to the destinations without physically touching them, reducing the chance of spreading of virus. This is literature study of our project from which we took help. If you want to get more information, please visit these research papers. This is continuation of previous slide, and it also has literature study data. So now I will talk about methodology and working of our robot, and our first topic is data collection, means how and through which components we are collecting data for our robot to work. For data collection we are using infrared sensor, aka IR sensor. It has a transmitter and a receiver. Transmitter transmits infrared waves and receiver receives it. If it comes on black surface, the receiver receives nothing due to black surface absorbs IR waves, and if it comes on white surface, then IR sensor waves reflect from white surface and receiver receives them and detects them that it is on white surface. When it is on white it gives 1 and on black it gives 0. As you can see in graph, it gives output like this in 1 or 0 form. We will be using 2 IR sensors on the right and left front end of the car. So now comes our ultrasonic sensor. It also has a transmitter and receiver in it. Also, like IR sensor, transmitter transmits ultrasonic sound waves and receiver receives them, but in this time delay is recorded till reception of waves. We give 10 microsecond signal or trigger pin, and on the falling edge of the trigger signal it sends 840 kilohertz signal burst. When the burst is sent, a timer is started which starts recording the delay until the burst is reflected back and received by the transmitter. As soon as it is received, timer stops and an output is sent on echo pin, and then in coding we calculate that echo through a formula and distance is measured, and we put a threshold of a specific distance. If distance is lower than the threshold, the robot will stop, otherwise it will keep moving. Okay, so now I will talk about voice module V3. V3 is one of the most compact and easy to control voice recognition module in the market. There are two ways for using this module: using the serial port or through the built-in GPIO pins. The V3 board has the capacity to store up to 80 voice commands, each with a duration of 1500 milliseconds. Now this is a component which basically enables the robot to communicate with us and take voice commands. Voice recognition is a technique that facilitates a natural and convenient human-machine interface using the voice recognition module. It extracts and analyzes voice features of a human delivered to a machine or computer through the mic. This one will not convert voice commands to text, but will compare it with an already recorded set of voices which are fed through the training. So technically there are no language barriers to use this product. We can record our command in any language we want, or literally any sound can be recorded and used as a command. But it is trained first before letting it recognize any voice commands. Then we speak in its mic and then it records that and compares with the pre-fed voice commands, as I said earlier, which are fed through the training. The one with it matches, it executes that command. In our case, we will it will be recognizing Urdu commands. Now this is our last but not least embrace and browse of our project, which is Arduino Mega 2560. The Arduino Mega 2560 is a microcontroller board, can be named as the AT Mega 2560. In the Arduino Mega, it can have high memory space compared to the Arduino Uno. It can have 54 digital pins for the input output pin. In the 54 pins, the 15 pins can be used as the pulse width modulation, also known as PWM. On the analog side, it can have 16 input pins. It has 60 megahertz clock and has 80 mega 2560 microcontroller. Arduino Mega is specially designed for the projects requiring complex circuitry and more memory space. Most of the electronic projects can be done pretty well by other boards available in the market, which makes Arduino Mega uncommon for regular projects. However, there are more projects that are solely done by Arduino Mega, like making of 3D printers or controlling more than one motors, like in our case. Because of its ability to store more instruction in the code memory and increase number of input digital and analog pins, designing a project using Arduino Mega gives you the flexibility of working with more memory space and processing power that allow you to work with a number of sensors at once. This is why we are using Arduino Mega 2560. We programmed it in C language that processes our commands and algorithms we fed in it. The software which is used to program it is called Arduino IDE. Now I would like to invite my partner Hamza to continue and explain the coding flowchart. Thank you.
Now I will explain the workflow of our project. First, our project will communicate with the user by greeting them in Urdu language and then ask them where they want to go. For example, the robot will ask the patient if they want to go to the doctor's room, then reply 1, and if they go to the clinic, then reply 2. And all this communication will be held in Urdu language. When the user replied to the robot, the robot will take user's instruction through mic and will send to the voice module V3. Then the V3 process the data and send instruction to the Arduino. Then Arduino will process the instruction and send the instruction and then call the specified functions and then send instruction to the motor, and the robot will start moving. For part detection, we are taking data from the IR sensors. IR sensor will continuously taking data whether the robot is on the white line or black line. When the robot is get on the black line, the sensors send instruction to the Arduino, and Arduino will stop the motor. This is how our project is actually working, and this is the workflow of our project. Now I'll explain further detail in next slide. Now I will explain the flowchart of recording that we use in our project for decision making. First, we take input from the users through mic and send instruction to the Arduino. The Arduino have two different functions for room number 1 and room number 2. If the user says he want to go to room 1, the function of room 1 will be called, and in function of room 1, the IR sensor will start detecting the path, whether the robot is on white line or black line, the sensors will send instruction to the Arduino, and Arduino will send instruction to the motor. The motor will start moving until the sensor detect the black line. When the sensor detect the black line, they send instruction to the Arduino that the robot have to make a right turn. The function of right turn will be called, and the robot will start moving toward the right until the both sensor will get back to the white surface. And similarly, the same process is repeated if the user want to go to the room number 2. One thing is different in this function. If the user say he want to go to the room number 2, then the robot will start moving and it will detect the first stop, which will be the right hand for the robot room number 1. At this time, the robot will ignore the stop and continuously moving until the robot will detect another black stop. At this stop, it send instruction to the Arduino, and Arduino will send instruction and then Arduino will call the function of right hand, and then the robot will start moving toward right side until the both sensor will get back to the white surface, and then will robot continuously moving until it detect another black stop, which will be the final stop, and send instruction to the Arduino that the robot reach to its final destination. Then Arduino will send instruction to the motor, and the robot's motor will stop, and the robot will stop. In this way, over coding flow is work. So as you can see, our project is completed successfully and our robot is working fine. In picture number A, it's showing that robot is moving forward as both sensors are on white surface, or robot is moving forward. And in picture number B, it's showing that robot is making right turn for going to the room number 2. I will explain the results in detail in next slide. So we successfully made a guidance board which take instruction from the users in Urdu language, and it takes the user to their desired destination in hospitals. Actually, we did the upgradation in line following robot. The previous line following robots are not smart enough to make decisions according to the user instructions and make turns according to desire of users. So we upgrade this technology and make it smart by taking instructions from users. And another thing we add that the robot will communicate in Urdu language. As we are living in Pakistan, so we made this robot in that works in Urdu language. It takes and communicate with users in Urdu language, and we can use this robot for guidance, and it takes the users and patients to their desired destinations in hospitals. So we made a robot that takes the user to their desired destinations in hospitals and communicate in Urdu language. We did hardware implementation after successful simulation, and our project is working fine on hardware implementation. So if we discuss about the future work of our project, we can do a lot of upgradation to it. As we are facing COVID-19, so we have to maintain the social distancing. Uh, we can use it very efficiently for transportations of medicine, etc. to COVID patients. So we don't have to touch the patients, or have to physically reach to the patient's room to give to the medicine, etc. We can use it for medical transports for hospitals for COVID patients. The robot can also be used as a doctor assistant. For example, it can be used for checking temperature and blood pressure of the patients. The robot can also be used for the warehouse, and for libraries, for guidance, and for transportation of goods. So our project is hitting three complex engineering problem attributes, which are depth of knowledge, extent of stakeholder, and independence. These are some of the references that we use in making of our project. If you want to get more information, please visit these references. Thank you.